Chances are high that you've heard of BTS, the Korean septet that are still topping the charts even amid their individual pursuits, and who in pre-COVID days were packing the world's largest stadiums. Maybe you're even an army, a collective name adopted by the adoring fans given with meaning from the members. Or perhaps you've dismissed them as just another boy band, a K-pop group, saccharine songs. If you're an army, you'll know the literary and psychological depth of BTS's discography. However, if you're not one of them, you'll probably be surprised to discover the group that released a concept album centered around a novel by Herman Hesse and another one on union theme. People can say what they want about BTS, but at least they got their fans reading literary works such as from Jung, Herman Hesse, Ursula K. Le Guin, and more. I have been an army for the longest time, and coincidentally, I have a deep passion in reading since I was born, or perhaps since my mom was having me. Those two components amalgamated and made me who I am today, a bookworm and someone who enjoys diverse genres of music thanks to BTS, and the integration of literacy, psychology, and music helps me grow as a person, as a resourceful individual. It's truly fascinating how you can observe those lyrics, those poetic threads woven into musical tapestries, served as a powerful medium not only for artistic expression but also a compelling force that raises awareness about a profound psychological issues. Hi, my name is Wafa Nabila bint Risha. You can call me Wafa, and I will be talking about exploring the mind through lyrics, the psychological depth, and literacy of BTS's music. I hope you'll enjoy this. One of the most groundbreaking albums of BTS is the fourth studio album, Map of the Soul 7. This album. It is the later part of Map of the Soul series, which tells a story about their journey of discovering their true selves. The first chapter of this story, the Map of the Soul series, is the Map of the Soul persona. And it's sang about the world and the joy of love, the discovery of the self as it is displayed to the world. Meanwhile, Map of the Soul 7 now turns inward to the shadow within a candid acknowledgement, it too a part of self. Now, the theme of the Map of the Soul series, inspired by the Swiss psychologist Carl Jung. The album series name itself is named after a book by Murray Stein of Carl Jung's research, with the number 7 representing the 7 members in the band, and this album particularly moves beyond the social commentary and delves into the psychoanalytical themes. Throughout the album's discography, you will notice 3 rap solos that are a little in your face, with the Jungian concepts titled Intro Persona by the leader and Interlude Shadow by Suga or Auguste, and Outro Ego by Jiho. Jungian archetypes includes the persona, shadow, anima or animus, which we'll talk in the second point, the self, and the hero. There is a strong layer of the concept of persona, which is a mask designed to make an impression on others and conceal one's individual nature, the shadow, and the ego. If I were to explain all 3 rap solos lyrics, it would take a while, so I'm just going to dissect one of them, which is from Intro Persona. This lyric is in the second verse.
내 그림자라는 망설이 일하시고 불렀네 개그가 되고 나서 망설인 적이 없었네 모래 아래던 나는 조명 아래던 자꾸 나 따라 지라기처럼 뜨겁게 자꾸 나 노려보네.
Okay. 내 그림자 나는 망설이라 쓰고 불렀네. My shadow. I named his hesitation and called him so. 걘 그게 되고 나서 망설인 적이 없었네. Once he became it, he never hesitated. 무대 아래든 아님 조명 아래든 자꾸 나타나. Whether it is under the stage or under the light, he keeps appearing. Shadow. 아지랑이처럼 뜨겁게 자꾸 날 노려보네 and stares at me fiercely like he hates. These lines imply that although shadow here is the shadow from Jungian psychology, but we can also trace it back to RM's interview in the beginning of 2018, where he said that he calls his anxiety as his shadow. The shadow grew as his height grew and grows at night. He also acknowledges and accepts that the shadow will follow him wherever he goes and whatever he does, and therefore tries to become friends with the shadows rather than separating himself from it. The overall concept of the song is to discover oneself and ask questions like who are we really are, where's your soul, what's your dream, and acknowledging that the good and the bad are still part of us. Let's be real. No one really expects an artist to integrate literature into their music and album, but BTS did in their second full-length studio album called Wings. Roots around the Swiss author's coming-of-age novel grappling with lies, evil, and temptation. It is called Damien by Herman Hesse. The story of Emma Sinclair's youth, or in German, Die Geschichte von Emil Sinclair's Jugend. Bildungsroman, or education novel, with the theme of archetypes. The Animus and Enma, which I have mentioned before, it is a concept that is derived from the Eastern concept yin and yang, anima, animus, the collective unconscious. Damien is a novel that draws on Jungian concepts too. Fun fact, in an article for the LA Review of Books, Colin Marshall, a writer that moved to Seoul, discusses the significance of Damien, the novel, in Korean curriculum, Korean culture. Surprisingly, the novel Damien is taught in many schools as the literary curriculum, especially as the book resonates with many social issues that is prevalent in Korea. Is supposed to make this mark. Their music video, the title track of the album, Blood, Sweat and Tears, uses many items in paintings as symbolism or referring to the novel and other significant cultural and literary works. For instance, in the beginning, Jin is looking at a painting that is titled The Fall of the Rebel Angels by Peter Bruegel. This can be interconnected with several other scenes in the music video, such as V, portraying the fallen angel with wings on his back, and Jacob, who resembles the angel Michael, with the imagery of wielding bow and arrow. Amongst the chaos of music video, there is a scene where Jin releases a balloon representing innocence, and as RM recites a passage from Herman Hesse's Damien, which we can see here. He too was a tempter. He too was a link to the second, the evil world with which I no longer wanted to have anything to do. It is interesting. To add a little bit more depth, before releasing the music video, BTS dropped 7 Wings short film and a comeback trailer, all telling a cohesive story referencing the novel Damien by hints and symbolism. Each short film is a teaser of 7 solo songs which tied with the novel story and their personal story. For example, in the 6 solo songs titled Mama, tell a story about J-Hope's admiration and gratefulness of his mom, his real story, but the short film portrays symbolism of Frau Eva, who acts as Sinclair's mother and the object of Damien's romantic love. In the book, Eva is mentioned in the 7th chapter with the same name, Eva. I've read the whole book, but it's a little difficult to understand, but you could really pinpoint the references that BTS has used in their music videos, short films, songs, and even in the photo book. Last but not least, I would like to talk about the lyrics or songs that inspired me or has a psychological depth that I just wanted to share. Firstly, the song Magic Shop from the album Love Yourself Dear, produced by Jungkook. It's a song dedicated to fans, the army. It is inspired by the book Into the Magic Shop by the neurosurgeon James R. Doty. The full title is Into the Magic Shop, a neurosurgeon's quest to discover the mysteries of the brain and secrets of the heart. The first teaser of Fake Love Song from the Love Yourself Dear album, which I've shown you, explains that Magic Shop is a psychodramatic technique that exchanges fear for a positive attitude. To explain it to you, Jungkook starts the song with the lyrics 망설인다는 걸 알아 진심을 말해도. I know that you're hesitating because even if you speak your true heart, 결국 다 흉터들로 돌아오니까. It all comes back as scars. And in Aram's verse, I do believe your galaxy, 듣고 싶어 내 melody. I want to listen to your melody. 너의 은하수의 별들은 how the stars of your galaxy 너의 하늘을 과연 어떻게 쏘는지. 너의 하늘을 과연 어떻게 쏘는지 will embroider your sky. Basically, he said, I want to listen to your melody. How the stars of your galaxy embroidered your sky. I love those lyrics because it reminds me of our first speech at the United Nations, where he said, these faults and mistakes are what I am, making up the brightest stars in the constellation of my life. I have held onto those words until now. For me to stay strong, and that it's okay to make mistakes while I'm trying new things, because you are not perfect and neither are others. For a more serious approach, I'll dissect a song from Suga or Augusti's first full album, D-Day, titled Haegum. The word Haegum itself has different meanings in Korean. It describes a traditional Korean instrument which can be heard in the instrumentals of the track, but it can also mean lifting a ban or prohibition, as referenced in his rap.
Okay. Yeah. 이 노래는 해금, yeah. 올라타봐 지금, yeah. 복잡되는 리듬, 어쩌면 이 또한 또 다른 해금, yeah. 이 노래는 해금, yeah. 올라타봐 지금, yeah. 복잡되는 리듬, 어쩌면 이 또한 또 다른 해금.
이 노래는 해금. The song is a 해금. 올라타봐 지금, get on it now. 복잡되는 리듬, 어쩌면 이 또한 또 다른 해금. Bustling rhythm, and maybe this would be another haircut. Then he goes on rapping about wanting to provide means for people, including himself, to liberate themselves from all that's restraining them. Interestingly enough, he even addresses liberation from supposed freedom of expression by questioning how much freedom there really is in it. When he raps,
쏟아지는 정보들은 세상의 자유들을 금지시킨 가동시에 사상의 통일성을 원해 왜 내 머리 앞에 각종 오이즈는 눈을 가리고 이제는 생각에 좌우조차 범해 각종 논란들은 판단들의 혼란들을 야기시키고 또 쉴 틈 없이 생산되네 과연을 금지시킨 건 무엇일까 어쩌면 우리 자신 아닐까
when he raps, 쏟아지는 정보들은 상상의 자유들을 금지